UK's Minister of State with responsibility for overseas territories, the Commonwealth, Energy, Climate and Environment, Zach Goldsmith, accompanied by Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat and British High Commissioner to Guyana Jane Miller, on Thursday, embarked on a 2-day trip to explore several communities in the hinterland. While in Bina Hill at Anai in Region 9, the UK Minister of State commended Guyana's efforts in preserving its rich natural resources. He acknowledged the contributions of Guyana's indigenous people.
If we're going to solve the issue of climate change, yes, we need technology, we need clean energy, we need clean transport, we need all those things. But we can never solve climate change if we don't repair our relationship with the natural world. And that is why what you here in this community, but also people in Guyana generally, it's why what you're doing is so important. You're world leaders. You've protected your nature in a way that most countries, including my own, have not.
Minister Goldsmith said too that Guyana's model will be taught to countries, including the United Kingdom. Similar sentiments were expressed by British High Commissioner Jane Miller. She made mention of the expanded Low Carbon Development Strategy, LCDS 2030, that the government has embarked upon.
And now we have the Low Carbon Development Strategy that gives a really clear framework for how the country is going to develop into the future in terms of renewable energy, but also making sure that you're rewarded for the hard work you've done to maintain that forest.
Expanding more on the LCDS 2030 was Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat, who said Guyana earned US $250 million under the 2009 Low Carbon Development Strategy. This strategy was developed by the former President and current Vice President, Dr. Bharat Jagdeo.
We will ensure in the Low Carbon Development Strategy that our forest is preserved while we maintain a sustainable path towards development. And that is what the Low Carbon Development Strategy really speaks to. It speaks to sustainable and responsible mining and logging activities. I didn't say that we're going to stop mining or logging, because we understand that many communities, many people depend on these economic activities for a livelihood.
The indigenous peoples were once again acknowledged for their contribution to safeguarding the nation's forest.
And that is why in the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030, and it was decided at the National Tushao Council held last year, that 15% of all revenue gained from the sale of carbon credits will go towards hinterland development. And we have kept that promise.
To this end, some 240 Amerindian and hinterland communities began receiving up to $35 million and no less than $10 million from the sale of Guyana's carbon credits to Hess Corporation for 30% of its forest. In the next 10 years, these communities are set to benefit from US $300 million, in keeping with the 15% set out in the LCDS 2030. The money is intended to develop and empower these communities that are disadvantaged due to their geographical locations. After interacting with residents of Anai, the team journeyed to the majestic Kaitra Falls in Region 8. Afterwards, they went to Parrot Island in the Essequibo County. The team also made a last stop in Kokwani, Region 10, where the UK delegation was given an overview of how Guyana facilitates sustainable and responsible logging activities.